So, welcome to the show. Welcome to the B.A.M show. What we talk about being a man. Today's show is going to be about we're married, but we act like roommates. So, it's going to be it should be a show that everybody could probably somewhat, um, feel like, or something that resembles this. Some people probably got it worse than others, but we'll definitely talk about it after a while. Uh, the one thing I want to talk about breaking the ice is, have you seen the news on what's been going on in the restaurant in Atlanta called Houston's?
Yeah, I saw that with your boy, Mr. Real Estate.
Yeah, before we start that though, how you doing, my co-host, Mr. Mango?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
Yeah, my bad. So me and my co-host, Mr. Mango, we both know. Have you ever ate at Houston's before?
No, I haven't. I haven't. I
I
never heard
haven't.
of. Truth be told, I never heard of Houston before this happened. I got a small. I don't know. You know me. I don't think like the normal person. Okay, I'm supposed to just automatically agree because
Yeah,
these black folks.
yeah.
However, I'm feeling like it's not as clean as the side I'm supposed to be on says it is. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
It seemed like something minor was turned into something major. However, I have no problem with them feeling like, yo, we need to stop supporting this establishment. Hey, I say have at it. We need to be able to if this is just an exercise in us controlling how we spend our money, I say go for it.
hmm Yeah, yeah. I mean, shit. I think if anybody, um, in our culture run into an establishment that don't want to, serve our people, I think it should be known. But that way, everybody will know that's going there. Like, hey, they really don't like serving black people there.
Is that what really happened though?
Well, here's the story from what I've been looking at. Okay, they went to Houston to go eat. It was seven of them at first. So they said our policy does not allow us to seat seven people. So they said, okay, fine, we'll do this. We'll just seat four of us, and then the other three you can seat them wherever you want to sit them at in the restaurant. They don't even have to sit next to us. They can be on the other side of the restaurant. We just want to we want to eat here. So we seat can you seat four of us and seat the other three somewhere else? No, they can't do that. So it was like, why you can't do that? Because we came in at seven already. We're changing up. We're gonna go from seven to four to three. So why can't you seat us now? So went through a whole little argument of, well, if you guys will leave and come back, maybe we'll do it. Huh?
I don't got time for that. I'm hungry now.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah.
So he got a little upset about it. Talked to manager at the manager. One crazy thing is one of the managers they got him on tape saying is there's no specific reason why we wouldn't seat you.
Yeah. And that
So
manager probably wasn't working that day. I mean, probably wasn't working that situation, or probably don't like the person who said it. Um, I'm like this. I wish I had somebody who worked in restaurant industry to ask them some questions from a non-biased, they ain't got nothing to do with the situation perspective. And the reason why I say that is because um, I would like to know if it's normal for you not to want to split a party up, because I heard somebody mention when I was watching the story that if you split the party up, they still gonna try to communicate across the restaurant, you know, and maybe there's a history of groups yelling across the restaurant. Maybe that is, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's just me playing devil's advocate. So I wish, you know, but on the surface, if it is what it is, then I say have at it. Don't spend your money. I know when they interviewed Tiny, her story was so non-relevant. Like, they were just interviewing different people, and I'm like, yeah, Tiny, just support them.
Yeah. And see, well, you know, when you think about it, it's messed up, because they said that they got plenty of inboxes with people having pictures of
more than 7.
Yeah, people being seated at 7.
Well, is any of those pictures a group of black folks?
I think not.
Well, if that's the case and it's not a group of black folks, then the stereotype won. You know what I'm saying? The stereotype is when we group up, the tips be lame, and then all these people working extra hard to serve a large group, and that's probably what it was. Because I'm pretty certain that if 7 businessmen who just so happen to be Anglo-Saxon wanted to sit at one table together, they would trip over themselves trying to make it happen, hoping that they get those stellar tips.
Yeah. But see, this place has they do got it was a lawsuit on them for discrimination 2015. So this ain't nothing new. And then it's other well-known ATL people that have experienced them doing the same thing to them.
And we just now doing something about it.
You know, most of them probably, you know, they probably was like, fuck that restaurant. You know what I'm saying? They was like, they probably went on the route of, it's not worth all of that. So they probably was like, man, forget it. All right, they don't want to see us. We'll just never eat there. You know what I'm saying? But in Jay Morrison was like, you know what? Nah, they're not finna get away with this. You know, we ain't finna walk away silently off of this. We finna. I think they shut that restaurant down 2 days.
So
that's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is. So what was did the story ever say what the outcome was?
Oh, Jay saying he's gonna take it a bit further too. They probably finna open up a lawsuit of their own. So yeah, he definitely finna try to get in them real deep. Yeah, because he actually have a business that's not that far from Houston. So his office is not that far from Houston. So I think it was like probably right across the street or something.
Wow. Well, I'm curious to see how, you know, I saw the story when it initially broke, but I haven't been following the story. So now I'm curious to see, you know, where they're going to take it next.
Yeah. So I would say...
Well, I joined the boycott. They ain't never got my money. They never will.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure their prices would have been a little bit too expensive for my money anyway.
Are they one of them bougie restaurants?
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's probably not cheap at all. It can't be cheap.
Well, I had a situation where I went to a bougie restaurant, and we sat. If you count me, my mama, my wife, that's 3. My sister, her husband, that's 5. Then their 2 kids, that's 6 or 7. And then I don't know if Naomi was here yet, but Nate makes 8. And dang, it was no problem. We had a nice little big old table, and they enjoyed it.
See, and I think he was also. I heard Jay Morrison say the policy, the real policy states that they, when seating six or more people, they may be able to accommodate
Yeah.
those many people.
And it depends on what's going on at the time in the restaurant, and that makes sense. That makes sense to leave it up in the air with the policy, but to say that your policy states that we cannot and we don't, that's a huge difference. That may is a big word.
Yeah, that's a key word actually. That word makes or break that whole policy.
Yep.
So what else that's been going on in the news lately? I know I don't really fuck the Trump and the football BS.
I'm just amazed that I was curious to see what the Dallas Cowboys did this past Sunday. But it was difficult for me because I'm not watching. So how am I going to find out what they do if I don't watch? And
you know me, I don't tune in. Period, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's for me, man. It's like we really got this. I think our strongest weapon is unity, man. I really do. Like it's not our weaponry. I mean, we can't fight them. We can't do nothing like that. But our unity is the strongest thing we have.
Yeah, yeah. And when you look at the end of the day, because I was watching this press conference when they was trying to get these athletes to say something that they was going to regret, and the dude was just like, no comment. And I think he played for the Dallas Cowboys, and the other dude was like saying as much as he could say, and then the last thing he said, he got up and grabbed his pink cleats. He was like, oh, but they let us support this though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I thought that was a profound statement. You know, nothing against breast cancer awareness, but it just goes to show how you get to pick and choose. They get to pick and choose. So my thing is, if every athlete that agree, just stay home.
Man, I'll tell you what, that'll be one of the biggest statements since not riding the bus.
Yeah, just stay home. I remember when the Major League Baseball went on strike. It was over money though, but it was like, yo, it shook it. You know, it's powerful. Hey, at the end of the day, they need you to do what you do, and if you're not gonna do what you do, you putting a hurt on the system, and you got all the power. Exercise it.
Because they need somebody to play in them fucking stadiums. Yeah. Some stadiums cost a lot of money to keep running.
Yeah, especially the ones that's just getting built. Like our stadium here, they talking about this one. They got one more game where they're going to retract the ceiling, and that's it. I'm like, what? It's crazy.
Yeah. But that whole NFL shit, man. You know, I just feel like, you know, just not to watch it. Because shit, it's crazy. Those folks are blatantly saying "fuck us," and we still watch the game.
Oh, it blows my mind on my Facebook when I'm looking at folks talking about how the Falcons this and I'm like, man, like I don't even want to have that conversation with you. Like the line I'm gonna say is, well, if you join this boycott, I almost typed it in and I erased it. I said, if you join this boycott wagon, you ain't got to worry about the Falcons. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I was like, nah, I don't want the first thing I've said to this person in years to be that. You know what I'm saying? So I erased it because, you know, he was there for me in a time of my life where I needed him. So,
man, yeah, I was talking to somebody about it, man. I was just like, I said, how are we always going to complain about people who have money stepping up for us? Then when they do,
We leave
we
them
don't.
hanging.
We leave them hanging,
Hmm.
hanging right there. Just no support, just straight hanging.
Like candles in the wind.
Yeah. I'm telling you, but I'll guarantee you that's why most of them black folks be like, man, fuck them niggas, man. Them niggas ain't gonna help me pay my bills.
Yeah, well, we need somebody who's wealthy enough for it not to matter.
Hey, let me tell you something. I be telling another thing that I always say is I thank God that Harry and Tubman didn't feel that way, or Martin Luther King, or any other people that played a big role in the civil rights movement. I thank God that they didn't feel like, man, it's not my problem. Fuck it, I could just you know keep preaching, keep teaching, keep doing whatever they was already doing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm glad. I'm glad also
So
because we'd be in a different way. We'd be
exactly.
Frederick
That's
Douglass. All them. We'd be in a different way right now.
shit. I just feel like we owe situations like this not only to the person that's doing it, but to the ancestors. Like, man, just imagine if they didn't step up.
Yeah, but so what? That's in the past. I'm living for me today. I'm living for me now. You know, yeah. How they say YOLO?
Yeah.
Really, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking about the past. I'm thinking about the future. I'm thinking about how I could do a rap video in a wedding dress shooting some guns. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I tell you what, that there's a reason why they demolished our history.
Oh
There is
yeah,
a reason.
yep. But it don't matter. You want to know why it don't matter? Because I like I don't stand for nothing because that's my right to be ignorant and not stand for nothing and to believe everything folks tell me, to be just cattled like sheep.
Man, I know so many. It's just like so many other people that I run into, meet that's of different cultures. I just be like, man, they know their background.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? They
yeah,
know it.
yeah. And I think about that's one of the reasons why we have such a hard time here is because we don't have this lineage of culture that we can go back to keep us strong and keep us unified. I think that's one of the reasons why we're not unified is because we don't have this culture to go back to look at, to say this is how we're supposed to be. It's for all intents and purposes, we have to reach at what we think our culture might be, and the continent of Africa is such a huge place. So somebody might reach in towards Kemet or Egypt, but their ancestors could have never came from there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So but that's the most prominent African culture that folks like to reach back when they get woke. And I'm like, you think that whole continent was doing the same thing, was living the same life? I don't think so.
Yeah. But on to the main topic for today, man.
Yeah, yo.
We're married, but we act like roommates. Married, but we act like roommates. Now here's something, man. I would dread. I definitely could not live like this. I couldn't do it, man.
Well, like, what type of roommates are we talking about? Like we share all the responsibilities of the house, the bills, we split everything.
You know what? I think this is one of those type of roommates where we're like, we're gonna play this game where the kids think everything is all good, but it's not just until they grow up. That type of roommate shit.
Is it good though?
So is it good? I would say no. Because I would think life would be better if you both would be real and split up
Be
and
better
still
for
do,
who?
huh?
Be better for who?
I think it'd be better for the kid.
Really?
Yeah, because if you can't be your you can't be as good as you can be, I think, if you're in a marriage where you're not happy, you're just going through the motions. So if you're just going through the motions, you're just being automatic. You're just doing what quote unquote you're supposed to do, pay the bills, take care of home, and that's it.
Yeah, but if
But
y'all roommates, what's stopping y'all from finding the happiness part of the game somewhere else?
so roommates, I think, is just like a sarcastic way to say
Oh, so they
y'all
still
not together.
living by the rules of relationships, or you know what I'm saying? Because I knew a couple that well, I didn't know the other side, but I know one side of the relationship that was just like, yo, we don't do nothing. You know, I sleep here, they sleep there. We say whatever we do, we just don't bring nobody home. You know what I'm saying? So whatever we do is out there in the streets because it's a wrap for us. But just don't bring nobody home. I ain't gonna bring nobody in this house. You ain't gonna bring nobody in the house. And that's that.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's BS. I definitely couldn't do that. Cause I mean, shit, you go out there and you meet somebody you end up liking like hell. Oh, you can't bring them home because you got these set of rules with
Yeah,
your wife.
it's about being respectful. You know what I'm saying? But look, if you 30 and older, and you can't go to her place, then you need to start dating older women. Okay, because obviously she still lives at home with her parents. Okay.
Nah.
So I think I was just thinking a while back. I was driving and I was like, I remember the finding a place to pull over and make out and all this stuff that we did in our youth. And I'm like, well, we can't do that now. That's not even a good look now unless you're doing it because you're seeking the thrill of doing it. More of a fetish type thing versus, that was the only way you could get down coming up because we was young. So we lived at home with our parents and this ain't going down at the house, So you find a parking lot or in the movies they got like make out point and all this and that. So is it fair? So is it fair for the other parties involved? Someone getting the short end of the stick. Well, is it fair for the other parties involved? Well, it depends. If I understand you correctly, you're speaking, is it fair for, like, let's say, okay.
The people that are meeting?
Yeah, okay. That's probably who you're talking about. Is it fair for the people that they're meeting? It's fair if they give full disclosure. If they're like, yo, this is what it is. We not divorcing. What's up? You know what I'm saying?
I see what they saying. The other person won't get a full relationship out of that person. They'll just get like a half. We can hang out, but we can't get a place together. Or we can't tie up and all of that. Like,
well, I can spend the night.
every night.
You know what I'm saying? I can bring a duffel bag. Leave me 2 drawers at the bottom of your dresser. Sexual relations lead to feelings. But you can have feelings though. Why even bring someone into your madness? You can have feelings. Ain't nothing wrong with feelings. The only thing, this is how I'm looking at it. And I do appreciate your comments because, it allows for us to elaborate on the subject matter.
Get a different point of view.
Yeah. This is how I'm looking at the situation. If these 2 people are roommates because their relationship has died at some point, then what's the problem with you catching feelings somewhere else? You need to feel. You know what I'm saying? If it's a wrap and you're only doing it for the insurance or whatever the reason is, it's cheaper to keep her, whatever the reason it is, what's wrong with having a full-fledged relationship somewhere else? And when the kids are mature enough, I don't necessarily think they should have to be grown and gone, but mature enough to be like, yo, this ain't working, and we need to sit them down and let them know that this been stopped working. We were just staying together for them because we don't want them to be all dysfunctional because they're a product of a broken home. I think we don't truly appreciate how important it is for two parents to be there. And I know a lot of situations aren't that way, and I ain't taking nothing away from those single parents that's doing the best they can in their situation. But if it could be made possible to have two parents there,
hey,
I'd say try it.
So you're saying no matter the cost of having two parents, a broken home, as long as it's two parents, is better than a broken home with one parent.
I think if you can put yourself to the side and realize what's more important is the rearing of your children, I think you should try it. I think it should be tried before everything's abandoned.
Yeah. But see, what I would say is, just because two parents, maybe the situation would be better for the kids if the two people would actually part ways.
Well, usually
and figure out a way to make it work better with them not living under the same roof, because them being up under the same roof are probably detrimental to the kids.
Well, usually when that happens, it's because you have two adults who show the lack of self-control, okay? And who's putting their own self before the greater good. And if you can't control yourself enough not to fight and show animosity towards each other,
I don't think it's okay
in front of the kids, then that's just, it just shows how selfish you are. Now let me take a moment and read what she said. So it's okay to raise the kids in a home where there's no real love or happiness.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Once again, I'm like this. The happiness factor, for me, happiness is a state of mind. Okay? If I'm not happy with this person anymore, okay, then I'm not going to not be happy. I'm just not happy with you. You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to find happiness. I'm living my life. Yo, we roommates. So you mean to tell me no roommates here in college got relationships, got lives outside of their roommate situation? We roommates. It's a wrap. It's over. I'm going to find happiness. Now there's kids there. Okay, so the kids there, I'm going to be respectful. I'm not going to disrespect their mama. I'm not going to fight with their mama unnecessarily. I'm not going to create a situation where the kids in a young age, because like I said, it don't necessarily have to be when they're grown and gone. Maybe it could be when they reach a certain level of maturity so they can understand that it's time for the parents to split up.
Hey, I think what you're describing is when pigs fly. The reason why I would say what the type of life that you're describing is when pigs fly.
I need to quit being selfish, man.
No. Listen to this. You're actually gonna say, if it didn't work out, all right, we roommates now. We're gonna argue less than we did when we was together, and we still gonna sit up under the same roof and act like nothing's wrong. Well, man,
we're not acting like nothing wrong. The reason people argue is because they still trying. The reason people argue is because they still trying to have an effect on the situation. I still want to convince my partner that my way is right, or they still trying to convince me that their way is right. Hey, go ahead.
Even if you separate, there will still be arguments. Like you will still, because she may go get your son a haircut a certain way, and you would be like, "Hey, what'd you do this for? I thought we agreed on having this haircut this type of way." Or it's gonna be something. It ain't gonna just be, oh well, we're gonna be so mature to the point where we're gonna do everything better because we have came to an agreement that we're not together, but we're just gonna stay up under the same roof and do mommy and daddy for the sake of the kids. I think I think sometimes you can force something and make a situation worse.
But what exactly is being forced? I have no responsibility to you anymore because we don't go together no more. So what exactly is being forced? The only thing I'm doing is splitting the responsibilities of this
and you can
house.
do that. You can do that apart.
I am not paying for your rent and my rent. No,
you gotta pay for her rent.
I'm not paying half of it. Or child support. This is my house. I ain't leaving. She wants close to where she can go.
I've seen a lot of marriages and divorces. Went to a couple of customer houses. You see, the woman is probably downsizing. Oh yeah, what happened, man? Oh yeah, just got into a divorce, downsizing. She's smart enough to know, well, I can't handle this spot no more because I ain't with my husband no more. So I'm finna go ahead and get what I get out of his ass, and we're gonna split what we got left over and bounce. But that, no. That's crazy right there.
What the idea of two people saying, let's sit down and have a rational conversation.
Hey, a lot of people do that, and then they just look at those people who do that. Those kids probably still turn out not like they wanted them to turn out. Like,
well, kids never turn out the way you want them to. But look, my parents split up when I was in I want to say the 8th grade, and before the split up, I remember some of the fights, and I'm like, as an adult now, I'm like, I get it. I get it. You can't do this no more. I totally get it. However, it wasn't until I was much older that I realized what the effect of them being separated and me having to pick and choose and me resenting I resented my mama for a long time, and I didn't know it until I was older that I had issues with my mama because I felt like she broke up my house, my family. And now that I think about it,
I think that's interesting. Kids think that way.
But kids don't think that way. They just be jacked up. And it's not until they're adults and they get older. Now, we'll tell you, my mama does tell me this, and I don't remember ever saying this, but she said when the split first happened that I said, don't do this. You don't know what type of effect it's going to have on me. And I'm like, I don't remember being that, like, in my head to say something like that. But she said I said it. And, fake it, man. Look, man, you got a responsibility to me because you made me. And I ain't asked to be here. Y'all decided y'all want to hunch and make me. You have a responsibility to me until I'm old enough to take care of myself. And if you and you can't get it together, that's fine. Stop fighting. Y'all no longer have responsibility to each other. Therefore, when you break up and you no longer have responsibility to each other, then that's less work you have to do. Most of the drama come from somebody not meeting somebody's expectation of what they should be in the relationship. But the relationship's over. There's no more longer an expectation of what to be. So that gonna cut down half of the drama. Because I don't owe you nothing. We the only reason we're still here is because we try to do the best we can to make sure we don't screw up our kids. Because we already screwed up ourselves. It can be done if you want it bad enough.
Yeah, that's interesting. So, hey man, Dang. So that's the logic that people tell themselves for staying with somebody they don't want to be with.
But you're not staying with them. Y'all just live together.
Fuck that. It ain't even about being selfish. It's just like, hey, look, it didn't work out. Move on. The child gonna have to understand. Listen,
The child gonna have to understand. So if you lady, because we ain't together no more. If you kid, because your mama crazy, and you just gonna have to understand.
yeah, you gonna have to understand. Daddy and mom couldn't stay up under the same roof, and I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna handle my responsibilities from afar.
Okay. All right.
Sure, right? It ain't selfish.
Hey, you know, yes it is. You thinking about you. The
Hey,
only
I'm
person
saying-
you
hey,
thinking about in that situation is you.
It has been proven that stress kills, and you're gonna stay in a stressful
Living in the
environment.
house is not the stress.
And that's why the men die before the women do.
Living in the house, sharing the same address is not the stress. The stress comes from trying to maintain the relationship. That's where the stress comes from. The relationship is the cancer, not where you sleep at night.
You can't tell me it's not stressful. It's stressful because the marriage that you went into didn't work out. You lost that game.
Yeah.
Sure, you got kids, but now you staying in the house with somebody who you couldn't make it work with, and then you going out trying to go find somebody else to go be happy with, but you still staying with the person who you didn't make it work with in the first place. So you trying to live in two lives. That's stressful because you're trying to make another person happy, and then come home and have a situation seem like something that it's not. That's stressful. That's two lives.
I just realized that somebody this is crazy. A friend of mine just recently told me a story similar to this topic, and I didn't put two and two together until just now. I feel what you're saying. The hurt that comes from a failed relationship ain't going nowhere. That hurt is going to be there if you move out. That hurt is going to be there if you stay. Now, if you stay, it might hurt more because you got to see the lady every day. If you stay, though, who knows? It might get better. However, I believe that, like, for example, my son is 4 and my daughter is going to be 2 soon. I believe that for whatever reason, my wife and I relationship failed. We shouldn't split up. There's no reason why these 2 young children need to see less of any one of us. Okay, and I believe that I could come to some sort of agreement to where we can live together but separate, to where you can live your life, I can live my life, we'll respect each other, and nobody comes to the house.
Shoot.
And while these children are still in the age of innocence, they won't know nothing. They don't need to know nothing.
This goes back to what Nicole was saying in one of her messages, where she said, you bringing another person into some madness. Because here it goes. You're making it work for the sake of the kids, but you're also going to go seek a relationship with.
Hold on, not necessarily. You know, I don't know if you heard me say this, but I'm gonna be Bruce Wayne in it, man. I'm not seeking no relationship.
Well,
okay.
one of the people, one of the ones are gonna do it, and it's gonna mess up the situation.
And look, if me personally, now we talking about me, Mr. Mango Head, retired from the game. If this relationship, for whatever reason, fails, okay, I'm gonna go to the store, Sam's Club, and buy me 2 pallets of condoms, okay, and I'm retired from the game of relationships. It's a wrap. Okay.
Hey, you know what? I would believe that one in your 20s, but then you in your 30s, and then them 40s ain't too far away. It ain't gonna.
I'll be that creepy man at the club. Come here, girl. Let me holler at you. Let me holler at you. Let me talk to you for a minute.
Cause I'm telling you, man, that thought process, man, it just, I know for me, I feel what you're saying. You'd be like, damn, you don't spend all this time with this person.
Yeah, trying to get to know nobody, meet nobody, parents.
Yeah. That's just anger talking.
No, I ain't mad yet. I ain't broke up with nobody. This ain't anger.
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying that's what it'll be though. That would be anger and ego talking. That'll be like, oh, man, I ain't going through this again, man. I ain't got to go through this. I gave up a lot of time for this person. She finna miss out on everything now. I'm finna go out here and have a good time. But if you think calm and wise, you will be like, you know what? It didn't work. You know, I go out there and test the waters and see what happened again. You never know. You may run into the clear path.
I feel what you're saying. Okay, I'm not going to be closed-minded. Okay, even Jordan came back from retirement. All right, what I'm saying is I'm not finna go and pursue nothing. Okay, I'm gonna live my life, and if something presents itself, then something presents itself. All the while I'm living my life.
That's the Chinese way of living, letting it flow.
You know, all the while I'm living my life, my children getting older, and then one day I can sit them down, or the parents can sit them down and be like, yo, this is what it is, and we love y'all, and that's why we decided to do this, because we understand how important it is for you to not have to deal with this at your age. You know, so we decided to do this. And I look, before just walking away and being like, F this relationship, F this situation, I'm out. Before that, I believe that y'all should at least try to put y'all self last for once and put the children first.
Hey, you know, off topic real quick. I think my picture is real small.
You talking about your Big Mike picture?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how to make it bigger because all this is the Hangout logo, because you know you're not using the camera, so I don't know how to increase it. Hold on, let me. I got an idea to make it bigger.
Hey, you know what, man? It's not selfish. It's not selfish at all.
I don't even see how you can say that.
Hey, you know what I will say? Not making it work in the first place is selfish. That's what's selfish. It ain't selfish because you be like, hey, it didn't work out. We need to separate. No, not making it work.
Okay, well, let's say that is selfish. But at what point are you going to stop being selfish?
Man, hey, I tell you what. You know, we have kids, and we want our kids to be happy. We want them to succeed in life more, you know, than we did.
That big enough for you?
Oh, let me see. I ain't seen it yet.
Take a second.
Oh, okay. I see it. Yeah.
I gotta make sure the chat though is up front so it can still be seen.
Oh, what's up, Wolf?
Oh!
Hey, man, you retracted his comment that fast?
No, he retracted his comment.
Okay. Somebody said I want my pet. Oh, Nicole, I want my pecs on display.
Oh, that what it was? Hold up. Ain't that this? Who said that?
I am not getting in a relationship until I'm done high school. Hey, Wolf, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, that is the smartest comment.
First of all, no, it ain't. It's biased and misogynistic. He just said getting in a relationship is drama, as if the woman is just automatically drama.
No. He's not saying it's the woman. He's just saying two individuals getting together is drama because two opposites do bang heads.
I'm not picking that vibe.
Hey, that's a true statement.
I'm not getting into a relationship until I'm done with high school because I don't want to deal with the drama.
Mango like banging heads, so you can let him have that.
Yo, man, I'm not a bully, okay? But Wolf, If you take your time and pick the right one, your days of dealing with drama will be few.
That's like you telling him pick the right life. That's
No, it's not. No, it's not. Okay, look.
Nobody knows what the next step will turn out like.
The next step ain't got nothing to do with nothing. There's signs, okay? See, here's the problem. Too many people look at this whole picking their mate with these rose-colored glasses. And I heard somebody say, the problem with looking at, and I don't want to make this my quote, but this is not, because it's their quote, but it was awesome. The problem with looking at relationships with rose-colored glasses is that all the flags look red.
Hey, just like Chris Rock said on one of his, hey, are you still talking?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure. I thought you went out. But like Chris Rock said, everybody has a representative when they first meet somebody. So everybody is on their best behavior at the beginning. That's with everything.
Yeah.
That's with a new job.
So you need to be taught. You need to be taught how to deal with people and their agent. Okay, that happens. Yeah, I want to make a right impression. I don't want her to reject me before she got a chance to know me. Yes, that's fair. Okay. However, we need to teach our young men, because we're men, how to deal with the agent.
Hey, I would say, once you figure out yourself and how to build yourself, then love yourself, and you'll know how to love somebody else. You go out in the world and figure yourself out first, Wolf, before you try to go into this world trying to figure it out with somebody else at the same time and figure them out too. Like, get yourself together first. Wolf, you on the right path. Somebody don't told you something.
I'm not saying he not on the right path by waiting. I think waiting is very important. Okay, still it depends on who causes the drama, because sometimes it's the girl and sometimes it's me. Now stop it. I don't want the drama. Yo, it's called self-control. You know what'll piss her off? Don't do that. Stop it. Okay? Now it ain't always like that. Sometimes the fact that you exist can piss her off. Okay, those times you need to leave for about 6-7 days and come back. No, I'm just kidding. But look, man, being in a relationship is one of the most awesome things ever. Okay.
Yeah, I will say that. Wolf. I know I sound like somebody who hates his life. But, no, man, I just want. I think when I first kind of got into,
I know what your problem is. I know what your problem is.
I just felt like it was, it was, around a lot of religious people, and the first thing religious people tell you to do is, oh, y'all got to get married, you're shacking. Like, that damn shack word get on my goddamn nerves. Like,
yeah, you hear this lady, you hear her. Nicole said, Wolf, have fun, build your life. That's my advice to anybody that's young. Build your life, especially you, being that you are a guy. Build your life, so when you have the relationship, you don't have to be trying to pick and choose what to give your priorities to, because you have already built your life. You already got your financial house in order. You have already laid the foundation for how the rest of your life gonna be. So then you can give the relationship the adequate time that it needs. Go out there and see the world. I don't know how much you travel. Go see the world.
Yeah.
And us men, we age better than women. There's no clock ticking in our weenies, man. We can wait an extra 10 years. They ain't got. Just keeping it real.
I have heard that the balls drop lower.
We make fresh sperm on a daily. Yeah,
Yeah, but I need to do research that. Why the fuck would my balls get even lower than what they are?
Maybe because your sack meat is like your ears and your nose, and it keeps growing as you get older.
Oh, it stretch. Yeah, it stretches. Especially, you know, when you're doing it all the time and they flap. Yeah, hey, well, I'll tell you one thing though. So this statement, we're married, but we act like roommates. Now everybody is probably not to that extreme, but I will say, if I ever like when I get into like a disagreement with my wife, what kills me the most is when the disagreement is not solved and she's silent. Like
Yeah,
I hate that with a passion.
yeah.
I
Okay.
just being an adult, you have to figure issues.
Okay. Here's what you have to understand. Men brains and women brains work differently. We penis holders try to look for a purpose for everything. If we have a fight, we try to look for the purpose and why we're fighting so we can solve it. So we can come to this conclusion where we fixed the broken thing that made us fight. That's how we think. That's not how they think. Okay?
We'll say done.
Don't be done. Don't be done. We'll teach you a lot. This is the B.A.M show. Being a man, balls drop low because they flap against parts. Anyway, but oh man, I'm so glad we didn't go Facebook Live tonight. But hey, what I'm talking about? Yeah, being a man, we want to fix the situation because that's how our brains work. We have to do something, okay? But as for as for women, that's not how their brains work all the time. They don't necessarily want the situation, whether it's an issue within the relationship or issue at work or wherever the issue may be. They don't necessarily want it to just be fixed. A lot of what they have issues with, and they feel like when they're expressing their feelings, if they're not being heard or understood, or their feelings aren't being appreciated, and that's oftentimes more important than you fixing the broken thing. I need for you to be able to hear me, understand me, and if she reach a point to where she's quiet, usually for me at least, that's because I spent too much of the argument not showing her that I heard and understood what she was feeling. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to fix it. And this is, you know what? I'm talking like I got it all together. No, I still suffer from being a man. Okay? I try to want to solve the problem, or, well, if you just did this, then you wouldn't feel that way, and that would fix everything. And no, that's not how it works. For us, like, for example, if I'm sad because this happened, well, if I go and fix that, then I'm be happy because that's not happening no more. That's over. No, that experience, that emotion on the female side of the game is usually not static like that, to where if you fix the issue, you can fix the issue and then still, well, I just had this emotional episode, this experience. And I'm saying emotional, and I feel like emotional has gotten this negative connotation to it, like emotion's bad, and emotion's not bad. Okay, emotion is a powerful energy, but we have reached a place where we have trained ourselves, and we have trained a lot of women that emotion is bad, and it's not. It's awesome. That's where you get your compassion. That's where you get your patience. That's where you get your love, your unconditional, all that stuff, the strength to persevere and do more than what you probably would have done. That comes from the emotional side of the game. So it's important.
If you don't care about somebody, you won't get upset.
Yep.
So I mean, That's one of the things people don't understand. Somebody when you can make somebody upset, they obviously care. So
Yes, yes, yes.
so I think, man, that with us with and the women, it's too much of a battle. Like no, everybody is like both sides want to either be right or be the victor instead of just being like, hey, listen, you know, we're both, you know, people that makes mistakes. We need to come to some type of agreement of, you know, how we could make a situation better. Because I think when you think everything is perfect, that's when you mistaken.
Good night, Wolf.
Yeah, good night, man.
I know
Have
you
fun
got
in
to get.
school
I
tomorrow.
know you got to get up. It's already well past your bedtime. Sneaking on YouTube. Shame on you.
Hey, I wonder, do you wake yourself up in the morning or do your parents wake you up? Hey, because I tell you, my three little girls, what? If don't nobody going there, they ain't getting up.
Yeah, yeah. That's how the kids are right now. But like I said, they four. But no, I take that back. I misspoke. Nate is a habitual stay up late, wake up first person.
Yeah.
And I don't know, where he get the energy when he stayed up all night to get up 7 o'clock in the morning and ask for a bowl of cereal. So
I know you be tired to death.
yeah, it just occurred to me. We just put him in the bunk bed, and I took the ladder to keep my daughter from trying to climb it. And I hope he don't try to get out of bed. And I need to go put the ladder back because I think she's asleep now.
You be trying to sleep with them?
No. We just got this bunk bed from IKEA,
Yeah.
and we tonight's the first night that he's sleeping up top and she's sleeping at the bottom.
Man, they gotta be scary. You know what? When I went to Job Corps, I had slept on the top bunk. Damn, I never fell.
Well, this bed is high for him, but it's low. Like this is the lowest bunk bed I've ever seen in my life. The bottom bunk is like 3 inches off the ground, 3 to maybe 5 inches off the ground, and the top bunk come to my chest, like right at the middle of my chest, and so it's low. Like he fell off it already tonight because he went and lay down and go to bed. I was on the back patio and I just heard a thump, and I go in the room. He like, Daddy, I hit my head, and I'm like, well, you hit your head because, well, I appreciate you stopping by and giving your 2 cents, and hope to see you next show.
Oh yeah, good night.
Hey,
make sure to subscribe.
Yeah. Also, you can always leave suggestions for show topics.
Oh yeah.
We've done quite a few different type of topics, different things. So hopefully you can, have some ideas and we will talk about them. I'm always going to be right, and sometimes Big Mike is right, but usually I'm always right. And, but yeah, appreciate you stopping by. But yeah, he fell off already. But we had went and bought some bumpers so they don't roll off.
Shit, my little girls, they'll definitely fall off the bed. They be falling off the beds. That's not bunk beds now.
Yeah, and mind you, Nomi is like just coming off. This is our first week not in the crib. Like Friday, we set up the bed, and that night she didn't sleep in the crib for the first time. So when I came in the room in the middle of the night, she on the floor over here. Then I picked her up, put her back. Next morning, in the morning, she on the floor in front of the TV, and I'm like, oh, man, this girl, like, I need to put a camera on her to see what's going on. But luckily, the bed, like I said, is like inches off the ground, so she can fall off without really waking up.
And hey, you know those Google earbuds are sold out already, man. I tried to
Yeah,
fucking get me some, and they out of stock.
yeah, it's gonna be a while, and you don't want the first generations anyway.
And man, I think Google full of BS with that, man. Like, come on now, how y'all not gonna have a lot of them? But
Because
that's a market scheme, though. That's all
yeah,
that is.
yeah, there's enough plastic and metal to make a whole bunch. You know what I'm saying? They do that because that's a story within itself. It's sold out.
Yeah,
So now
exactly.
people want. Now people want. Look, people are easy to manipulate. If they was on the shelf, easy to get, like the Google Homes were, then they ain't gonna sell a lot of them. Okay,
Yeah, it's a mind game.
Google Homes were all over. Okay, easy to get, and there was more Google Homes on the shelf than Amazon Echoes. So they're drumming up that what's the word? The market, whatever, where people want stuff. They drumming that
What
up.
What do you think about the new small Google now?
I think that it would have been great had they made it first. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yep.
I just feel like, man, there no more new good ideas? You know what I'm saying? It's like you gonna just bite off of Amazon like that, and nobody gonna say nothing to you. You're like, yo, you just copycat. Yo, Google, you slipping.
Hey, I guess they saying, man, shit, they see goddamn Amazon making some paper off of that little ass
Yeah,
machine.
yo, you know what Amazon get ready to do? Amazon get ready to start doing drugs, because Amazon got these clickers, right? That you
Yeah, yeah.
click them and it automatically reorder whatever, and they get ready to do, put your prescriptions on file and you just reorder.
Boy, they finna kill.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So, and
And
then
Walmart trying to
Walmart,
get
yeah,
in the
Walmart
game.
and Google teaming up. They go after Amazon. But see, here's the thing: Amazon getting ready to kick it to the next level because they're getting closer and closer to not having to need FedEx or anybody for their deliveries. And once that
Yeah.
happen, and they deliver their own stuff, it's a wrap.
Yeah, that's why they don't started like hiring contractors to, you can pay for something and get it the same day because they got it stationed probably about not that many miles away from you.
Yep, yep, they're ready to go.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos is a fucking genius, man.
Here's the thing: all of this is great if our economy stay strong.
Yeah, you know what? It is. I'm a little paranoid, and I say that because everything is going pretty good with the economy right now.
Yeah, I kind of hope the housing crash. There's another housing crash because
Yeah,
I wasn't in a position to get in on that last real estate bust. Because a lot of investors were snatching up properties, but
yeah.
I'm like, yo, we're gonna snatch up some properties next time the house market crash. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, they a lot of people are saying that there's another crash coming. I don't know if it's gonna be housing or whatever, but there's a potential another crash coming.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, a lot of people say that. I think a lot of it is trying to manipulate people again. I have a hard time believing anything.
yeah,
Excuse me. I have a hard time believing anything. I think they're trying to manipulate people to purchase products to quote unquote protect them against any potential crashes. Because every time I hear that comment, it's
mhm.
on a commercial to sell some product. You know what I'm saying? So being that you trying to sell me something, I automatically don't believe nothing you saying.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel just like you though. Like I want to have some money ready for that next crash too. Like, oh yeah, boy, folks was getting some nice houses when that shit was going
Who you
down.
telling? Who you telling? Who you telling? Boy. And my stupid tail went and bought a brand new house. I tell you. I wish See, did you ever wish that you can pull a Days of Future Past and go back and possess a younger version of yourself?
Oh yeah, with your same mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be fine. That would be fine to have this 33-year-old brain and an 18-year-old body.
Oh man, I think if I would need to be able to take a notepad because I have to go so far back. I'm going back to the 4th grade. I'm going back to when I played Little League football. Okay, and the reason I would need a notepad is because there's certain dates that I'm gonna need to remember again for a whole nother lifetime. Because there's certain people that I feel like the butterfly effect will put me in a different direction and I wouldn't meet these people. And I'm saying to myself, dang, if I change the slightest thing, then my kids won't be here. You know what I'm saying? So I would need a notepad so I can record the dates that I need to do what I got to do to make sure my kids are still here, you know, when I come back. But, yeah, I'm fascinated by time travel. Here's a question. If you could travel to any decade, what decade would you travel to?
What decade? I would travel back to 20 years old. Because
let me make sure you understand what I'm saying. Forget the whole Days of Future Past crap. You got a time machine, and you could only go to a decade.
you talking about in your lifetime or just
this ain't quantum leap. Just you go as far as you go anywhere in history or in time. Where would you go? Where would you? When would you go?
Okay, I would.
You got the DeLorean, okay, and you don't need no roads to go up to 88 miles an hour. Okay, you just go.
I'm thinking about the .com era, the 90s.
Really?
Yeah. Hey, cause I don't want to go too far back in the future because you know civilization is like full of shit back then. But the 90s, during that .com era, like a lot of technology people like if you got in on that era, because Elon Musk was one of those who got in on that era, and he's a fucking billionaire now.
Yeah, I'd probably, before I make it profound, I probably would go back to, you remember, I don't know if you remember, but the Powerball almost hit $1 billion. You remember that? I go back to a week before that. But no, here's the reason why I asked that question is because I've always felt like this will make a great film or story or whatever. Go back to before the United States was established. Like just some okay, let me paint this picture. There is a research facility, a secret government research facility, where the scientists are experimenting with time travel. Okay? And it's being guarded by military personnel. And it just so happened that the military personnel all look like me. Okay? And there's some foreign entity trying to break into the place to steal the secrets. And there's an explosion. And a platoon, or however many people in the military people, is all transported back with their gear, okay, to before the United States was established, with all the knowledge that they have. That meaning they know about California and there's gold in California. They know that there's oil in Texas, okay? They know that on XYZ day, the Mayflower's gonna hit XYZ day in the Bahamas, Columbus gonna land. And they got their gear. Okay? They got drones. Yeah. They got night vision goggles. They got sniper rifles. They got their gear. You see what I'm saying? The whole lab or the facility was transplanted in time. Not just them. They got everything they need to rewrite history. And they all look like me.
Oh, that'd be fire. That's a fire movie right there. That's a fire movie.
And mind you, there's a couple of them, you know, that want to maintain the integrity of history. Like there's a because you know they got to have a bad guy. So somebody in the squad, you know, look like me. Like, nah, we can't do this, and he go off and try to fight us and try to help, you know, the Mayflower or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe it's not that far back. Maybe it's back during like 1789 or 1820 or something like that, to where there has already been established the colonies. So go ahead.
I was saying, I know I ain't caught up on that Inhumans.
You have it? Oh, you have?
I have. I saw all 4 of them. And I'm on S.H.I.E.L.D. now because S.H.I.E.L.D. is tied into the Inhumans.
Oh, the new season of S.H.I.E.L.D. started already?
No. I'm starting off with 3. I went back to 3, and I'm gonna watch S.H.I.E.L.D. 3 through 4. And I should be like caught up when they, you know, getting into the Inhumans, because the season 3 they talking about the Inhumans.
Yeah.
And the S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah. Basically, it explains why the Inhumans are on Earth, because you know you caught up now. So you know there's 2 separate Inhumans. There's the Inhumans in space that left Earth, and then there's Inhumans that's, you know, showing up on Earth. So it's explaining why they're there. Yeah, I'm like completely caught up on everything comic book related that's on television. So I've watched everything. Now I'm just waiting for these new shows. They got a Teen Titans show coming out. They got 2 Teen Titans shows coming out. They got a live action Teen Titans show coming out, and then they got the Young Justice that's been I guess it got canceled, Young Justice, but they bringing it back. And so I'm anxious to see how much time has passed in the show to see, you know, what's next, because, you know, it got real. You know, they faked somebody death and folks was mad, and Miss Martian fried somebody's brain because she thought the person was dead for real. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yo, it was like, see, this one thing I would say. Marvel won the movie war, okay? But when it comes to the animation,
DC
can't touch DC.
Yeah, D got him on that one.
Okay, when it comes to animated movies and animated shows, the only thing that's whack about DC animation is Teen Titans Go.
That shit funny as hell.
Yo, so many people that grew up on Teen Titans hate Teen Titans Go with a passion.
Man, Teen Titans Go funny as hell, man. I be watching the hell out of that. It come on first thing in the morning before I drop the kids off at school. But speaking of dropping them off at school, definitely time for me to go ahead and get that bedtime.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I'll stay up, like a couple of nights. I stayed up till it was time for me to take the kids to school, and I'll stay up, and I just be up. Like I'm so not going to bed after I get off here. Probably might play some Destiny.
Yeah. Shit, I'm still on level 10, man. I ain't played in so long. I got to get back on.
You doing Destiny 2?
Yeah.
Man, I got 2 level 20 hunters, and I made it to 300 light.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to get back on it.
How about somewhere in the house I lost my iPad? At least I hope it's somewhere in the house. Man, I got first world problems. I'm over here suffering from white privilege. I can't find my iPad. Oh my goodness. But all right then, man.
Hey, want to thank everybody for watching the show. I know everybody's already gone by now because it was 11 o'clock 14 minutes ago. But stay tuned for next week, Monday again.
All right, and don't be mad at us if we don't show up.
Yeah.
Yo, next week, Facebook Live. So I'm gonna do everything in my ability not to cuss.
Yeah, I need to get. Yeah. Let's see what this Facebook Live gonna be. I think Facebook Live gonna be better.
Yeah, because like I said, people are going to be able to see this happening, and they gonna want to participate, and at least stop by for a second. And you already got a list of friends, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, all right, we'll see how that play out. So we need to come up with a good show for that one.
Cool. I think we got one. Long as it's controversial.
We can rehash an old show. You know, the multiple wives show was a good one. The child support, custody, DNA. Always some good staples.
Yeah. Because I'm looking at one on. They got a lot of views. The one they talking about lending money to family and friends.
Oh man, folks still watching that one.
Yeah, folks been watching that one. Damn. They must have had a good listening that day.
I will say, if I do Facebook, I just remembered I do Facebook. There's a couple of folks on there that might get on and start talking trash. So hopefully that don't happen. I'm gonna try to not be a threat to folks.
Who you talking about? You got some white friends or something?
Nah, I can text you.
Okay.
I ain't said nothing on tape. All right then, man. You have a good night. Thanks for watching, everybody. This is Mr. Mango Head. This is Big Mike. We being men, and we out.
Peace.